Hey traders, I wanted to just go over our latest UVXY trade, and this is our fifth winner in a row this year. So this is one of my favorite strategies. I'm gonna have another options seminar coming up soon, and if nothing else, if you want to learn to trade options, if you're new or even if you're more advanced, this ratio back, this put ratio back strategy I have on UVXY. I mean, this is one of the best plays in our kind of playbook that we have. I mean, 100% win rate. And the way we play it is, I mean, I've been pretty vocal about this on the different social media platforms, but when we get low within the range on the VIX, we buy calls, right? We don't really play the ETFs on the long side. But then when we have a surge in the VIX, I start laying out some puts, and we play this over the long term and we play this over the intermediate term. But you kind of need to be able to sit on this for a while, and then more times than not, eventually, just by the nature of this UVXY, you can see, last time, this is the last time we shorted, okay, back here, it is the end of October, and that was a nice trade, right? And we got flat right on the lows. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then look at today. I mean, yesterday the VIX was high, or Friday we come in today, obviously on the political news. But look how quickly the air comes out of this thing. So we can easily be back to these lows around 13. And then I always like to say, just by the nature of this ETF, if the vol really gets sucked out of the VIX, then this can be at new lows, new lower lows, easily. All right, so anyway, here's a trade. So we got flat here around 13. And then I don't have the dates on here, but this was our first entry. I talked about I rebought puts on the UVXY. I'm keeping this small, so I was telling my guys and everybody on the team that this is the first entry, and we play this with 3 to 7 entries in mind, maybe even 10. I actually wrote about that also. All right, so that's how we kind of plan out the trade. If you're too heavy too early, you'll never be able to sit through this move, and this is a big percentage move, 15 to 21. That's a pretty decent move. So when you play it small, though, you can work the position. And this is kind of the art of what we teach. But then you'll see here, into this move, I actually was booking pretty much all my VIX at that point. So we had to get, as the VIX was moving higher, we initiated our first round here on UVXY. And then that day we booked the rest of our gains on. Actually, I still have a tiny bit of VIX calls, and I was planning on keeping those in case the VIX went all the way through like 30, but it's a small position now. Okay, and then here a couple days later, I said I just bought some more puts, a tiny bit. This is round 2 of hitting this one. This is a core short, longer term. We are building. We want to enter 3 or 5 more times. Leave some room to work this. So again, I'm trying to stress being patient. Right, that was right here. Then maybe it was, I guess, Thursday. Okay, this is my third entry, UVXY. Don't forget, I'm prepared to hit this 10 times. There's that 10 figure, 3 to 7. I even said 10. There it is again. We're short from 1620. So I'm highlighting here. I'm showing the team and really anyone who wants to pay attention that this is where our average cost was. So I do this on all my trades. I'm always trying to keep my average cost close to the market when I'm building a position. I'd like to get about 5 to 10 times the size. So at that point, my delta or my position size was 2,700. All right, and then you'll see here on this next slide, I zoom in on this part of the chart. I zoom in on this part of the chart. So we went from 2700 down here at this point in time, okay, and then I draw this average out to when my next entry is, which is right here. So at this point, I actually covered the short side. This is why this message is a little bit more lengthy. I covered my short puts, half of them, and this was actually because of what the vol was doing. I was short 21 puts, and at this point those were out of the money. So when I was short those from here, that was a big dollar amount, and this move put those out of the money and really just crushed the value of those 21 puts that I was short, right? So if you're short puts, as the market rallies, you're making money. So I covered those, so I was legging out of half. So I realized profit, increased my delta, and then I even doubled my position at that point with more ratio, put ratio back spreads. So you can see my delta went from 2700 to 52.89. So essentially I doubled my position. And that's what I was trying to explain, and then I did a video real time, so everything's time stamped. I mean, I don't know who else kind of gives you this much coverage on a position and walks you through everything they're doing and is as transparent. I just haven't seen anybody else in the marketplace doing that. So this is so those in the options team, I was talking to them. We're going to cover 21 strike puts I sold yesterday. Those collapsed so much today that they're out of the money, so I doubled my position today at much higher levels, and I made money on the day. So even though the UVXY did this, we were actually up on the day. Now, I was still out of the money on the position overall, but between here and here, our position actually was making money for that day. But yet I was still out of the money overall on the trade. Okay. I was just talking about it's hard to tell the average exactly, because what's going to happen is as soon as price moves down with options, your delta really increases. So that kind of brings up your average cost in a way. But the computer system has a hard time. If it's just outright shares, it's easy to do the average cost. But when you put options in there, it's just the math is not the same. But again, I was stressing we will have another 5 potential entries. All right, and that tends to happen where I don't ever get to 10 entries. It's usually 3 to 5, and then the trade goes in our favor. And then that was pretty much it, guys. So when I covered my shorts, my delta went to 4,400 or so, and then when I added more puts, it increased to 5,200. And then on the back of the FBI news, Comey backing off, we come in this morning, and this was the reaction. I covered some here, took profits, recovered shorts, but sold out of my puts. All right, I booked a quarter of my gains, and then late in the day we took some more. So I'm still core short. I think this can go a lot lower, but we booked some here. If it pops back, that's fine. We'll start to work this trade again. But so this is our 5th winning trade, and this trade isn't over technically because I haven't closed it out flat, but so far that's 5 winning trades on the year. And I mean, all right, guys, obviously that's 100% win rate. All right, so I can teach anybody how to do this strategy. It's one of the best out there. And when you use these put ratio spreads, I mean, you can get into these trades for not a lot of money. That's what's great about them. So I would just encourage you, go to my website, jenkinsrm.com. Join our chat room. It doesn't cost anything. and then just pay attention the rest of this week. Or you can follow me on Twitter also. I don't even know what my Twitter handle is. Um, but sign up for that next options seminar, and we'll be doing some promotions on that as well, where I'm starting a new full access trading team where we trade 24/7. I teach you the trading model. We'll be doing ongoing coaching in that group as well. It's a team environment. But anyways, I'll combine this. So I'll do the options seminar, which is usually all day Saturday, and then we'll work something out where we plug you into the team also. So it'll be one-time upfront cost for training on options, and then you get plugged into the trading team. So anyways, you can also send us an email if you're interested in that. support@jenkinsrm.com, and just let me know that you're interested in learning how to do this on the VIX and trading volatility, and or learning the options, and we'll get you squared away. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll talk to you in the morning.